It's been always close. There's always been a round taken from one or another. So I expect a round to be taken from Kittens once or twice with government, but ultimately I believe that Kittens will win this one. But then we never know. If this is the semi-finals, we may see something government has been brewing up, something different that we saw yesterday. I mean, it's still all to play for, to be fair. It's all to play for.
Yep, it's going to be very exciting. So bans first time around. We're going to be seeing Zed being banned away, which is no surprise against Zealous. Zed being banned away there, always going to be the ban. Ziggs and Nautilus on the side of Kittens. On the other side, it's going to be Varus, Gragas, and Ornn. With that Camille being open, it's snatched away straight away from Kittens. It's just insta-lock, just like that.
Yep, Camille. I think this is one of the only few times we generally see Camille come out. I think the last time we saw Camille come out was when it was actually government playing as well, which is always going to be a great thing to see. But they do take the Galio away from Kittens there.
Oh,
Clue loves his Galio.
And we got the Annie as well. Annie's going to be exciting. Heaven paid Annie yesterday. Had a pretty decent performance on it. Obviously, after the rework, Annie is going to be, being able to jump with the Tibbers now, which is going to be extra exciting. Now she gets extra movement speed as well with his third ability, which is going to be awesome. So we're excited to see Heaven on the hands of Annie again. And on the other side, we're just going to be seeing normal picks again. Corki as well. Again, standard picks. Alistar as well. These are all standard picks, really, on the side of Kittens.
Wawa is Wawa. That is correct, chat. Wawa is Wawa. But we get the Corki pick, the Alistar as well. Alistar's, I mean, yeah, if Clue doesn't have the Galio up, Alistar is generally one of his other picks that is great. I mean, you don't see other support players playing the Alistar. Like we saw earlier with Forever Esports, they only seem to know one support, and it was Braum. But the Alistar comes through as well, and it's a really good pick sometimes into these competitive team comps. And then Yone locked in for government here as well. We're on to the 4th and 5th bans. Zoe gets banned here, and Kha'Zix gets banned on the side of Kittens. No Kha'Zix for Zealous.
No Kha'Zix as well. No Zed either. We do have the Yone, so maybe he can just pick up the Yone if he really wants to in the jungle. I think Zoe's a pretty decent ban towards Don, but Don has showed that he can play many different champions now. He's not just a Irelia one trick as he once was all the way back. Feels like years ago now when Don was just playing Irelia over and over again, and he was known as kind of this Irelia one trick. But he since ascended from Irelia to pick up multiple different champions and preview why he's one of the best. And Wukong is going to be the other ban as well.
Yep. So 2 big jungle bans there for Kittens. So they are shortening down the jungle pick. They assume that the Yone isn't going to be in the jungle, but then again, we could probably see as they come into these 4th and 5th picks, the Yone could flex into the jungle for Zealous here. But yeah, let's see what they're going into. They've got Annie there, they've got the Galio, so Annie could be APC. We could see the Annie in the mid, but I'm probably going to assume she's going to be down in the dual lane. We've got Fiora being picked as well, because she has not been banned. So interestingly enough, Fiora's still there. Jace is still up as well, so some really good picks that they could either go for with these champions.
I have to see here. Looks like Wawa is going to be hovering a few junglers. Might be picked up here. Riven might be the choice, and it's going to be the choice as well.
Nice.
So Riven's an exciting pick to look forward to. I have to see. We're going to be waiting for Don's pick now in the mid lane to see what Don wants to pick up. But yeah, he can pick so many different champions here. He's known for so many different champions, so I have to wait and see.
There he goes, flickering through all his different choices here. What's he gonna go for? Who's he gonna pick?
Carly's gonna be spicy. Okay.
There we go.
Carly is gonna be. Yep, Carly's gonna be very spicy here for Kittens. One of Don's more comfort picks, to be honest with you. Gonna be really nice for Don to have that assassination, as I mentioned, maybe against that Annie in the mid lane, or maybe Annie's gonna be going down in the dual lane. I have to see. Oh, Kai'Sa. Wait, Kai'Sa went through the whole draft actually untouched, so now government have that sort of flexibility. Do you want Kaiser mid? Do you want Annie bot? Do you want Annie mid, Kaiser bot? There's that bit of flexibility there depending on what matchup you really want to go for.
Definitely. Government not getting themselves quite in place there. There's a little bit of a little bit of still teaching government how to get the teams in place. A bit of a meme. But yeah, we got Wawa on Corki. Clue is going on Alistair, obviously, with Clue being the support player. Kali in the mid lane. Riven jungle. I'm always excited to see Riven in jungle, to be fair. We saw it quite a lot, obviously, with icons and tournaments around that time as well. We still see it every so often in Asia League as well. So I always get quite excited for a Riven. It's like my guilty pleasure. I'm generally bad at Riven in jungle, but okay Riven in Baron lane. But I always love to see people play the Riven in jungle. So Camille as well in the Baron lane for random, which is always a sight to see. So really excited for this match. Great draft from both of the teams, and obviously getting to see Annie once again on government to see if they can force a round victory with the Annie.
Yeah, it does look like Annie's going to go down in the draw lane. It is going to be Heaven on the Kaiser in the mid lane. So Kaiser versus that
Really
Akali.
excited to see Vex on this Riven as well. And what a beautiful skin also. What a beautiful, beautiful skin.
Yeah, interesting. Pawn's going to be on that Yone again, as he saw in the, or as he did yesterday as well. He played Yone, I think it was twice yesterday, in that Baron lane, which is quite surprising. We don't really see Yone too much up in that Baron lane. Most of the time we do see it in the jungle or even in the mid lane. With this 2v2 matchup in the top lane, it does allow Yone to maybe farm up over time. So yeah, excited to see the Annie, excited to see the Riven as well.
Yes. Annie going against the Corki in the bot lane, and then obviously in true EMEA fashion, that support pick going up into the Baron lane for the first half of the match. Sometimes we'll see them rotate down into mid to support, try and get first blood down in mid, but definitely up there, Yarfor and Clue right now. A lot of glacial augments being procced there. Clue taking a lot of damage. Gotta be careful, Yarfor, with...
Yeah, exhaust being used as well. Nothing too crazy though.
Nothing too crazy, like we always say. It's the early game. Unless it's a really scrappy first round in the playoffs, it's generally a lot more cutback. Well, let's not try and be too scrappy.
I saw in the last series that saying that, another glacial organ part.
Oh, Yarfor just had to use the summoner spell flash out of their turret range, because if he got caught out there by either the Camille or even assisted by the Alistair there, I think that could have been first blood with Vex nearby as well. That was very risky.
Yeah, very, very interesting. But as I was mentioning in the previous series, you know, WLG versus Forever. Forever kind of lost it around their major objectives, so I'm curious to see how the major objectives are going to look this time around, because them first 5 minutes don't really mean too much unless you get like a crazy lead somewhere or a first tower, but most of the time it doesn't really mean too much this early on in terms of this early game.
Definitely, but it's nice to see that the Infernal Drake will be the first Drake up for selection this time, so I feel like we're going to see a big beeline for the Infernal Drake. It's generally everybody's favorites.
Who doesn't love more damage?
So, yes. But getting there, I think we'll probably see a good team fight down in the Infernal Dragon Camp. Possibly, I mean, it's hard to call whether we see that Kitten decide just to go for the Rift Herald, try and get that early turret in the mid lane or in the Baron lane as well. But yeah, still a lot of tip attack going on. It's just trading blows, farming gold.
All it is for now, we just have to wait for the first items to be completed for everyone here. Oh, Mistakes were made. Oh no.
There's the tippers, and then
no.
Vex is straight into the Annie in the back line. And we've still got Fiora down here as well. So Zealous comes around and manages to get a trade onto Vex there. Nicely done. But in the Baron lane as well, Pawn looking like he's in trouble. Pawn is looking like he's in trouble. He does get taken down by Random. So that makes it a 2-1 trade across the map.
I think Pawn accidentally got disconnected there, which was a little bit unfortunate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can see that he got disconnected. I mean, he was just standing still in the middle of the lane. he was standing still in the middle of the lane doing absolutely nothing. So, yeah. Unfortunate there. Of course not. Yeah. Bit unfortunate there, but yeah, a bit of a misplay on the bot side of the map as well with Baby Hope trying to flash ulti. Wawa trying to get the CC off, but unfortunately didn't get anything going there. So yeah, across the map, not really the best so far for government.
No, yeah. I think when you go against an Annie, you anticipate that engage. Like if you deny it long enough, that it just via temptation alone, they are gonna do it, and they're gonna do something silly. And Baby Hope did it there, trying to do it onto the Wawa, but then Vex came straight around to assist and get the kill onto the Annie. But yeah, it's the thing with Annie. It's a trade-off. You want to get that satisfying CC tippers on them, and then just do tons of damage. But it's too much for some people. It's too much.
Unfortunately, it is Random taking a bit of a trade in the top side. Not too sure if he's going to get the kill. Maybe he is going to get the kill up here. He does get the kill. Meanwhile, directed cam is just like over towards the dragon because this dragon is going to be taken. And yeah, directed cam. Great. Good job. We love directed cam.
We do love directed cam. He is the unsung hero of the entire scene. But yeah, I did predict a fight for Infernal, but then again, the split was 50-50. They decided to go for Shelly. And they're going to drop it in the Baron lane. Because, I mean, that Baron lane turret is pretty much, if they can come out of this team fight on top, is secured. But the Vex goes down there to Galio. We've got Fiora chasing down Clue. Oh, Akali's in the mix now. Looking to take out Zealous. Zealous goes down by the Akali. Nicely done, Don. Don's still pretty much full health.
Didn't take any damage.
Well.
Yeah. Pretty much didn't take any damage there because of the shroud placement was so nice. So he's just basically invisible, jumping around, using his abilities. So really well played there from the side of Don. But yeah, Vex going down there means that he wasn't able to use that Rift Herald, but he's going to use it now in that mid lane. Is he going to get a charge off before the tower platings go? Oh, yep, it is. It's going to get a charge before the tower platings go, which is always nice. Yeah, more tower platings in the Baron lane as well for Random. Random, look at the goalie right now for Random in the Baron lane. Yeah, absolutely insane. Crazy. I mean, a little bit unfortunate that Pawn had a bit of a disconnect at the start, so he did die a few times. But hey, internet and phone diff.
We'll blame the phone provider, the network provider, for that one.
True.
Government can get
or maybe,
some sort of reimbursement.
Maybe it's not even network provider. Maybe it's just a Wi-Fi diff.
Possibly. ISP. No, to be fair, looking at that, so 5 kills to 2. They're currently already ahead of the gold as well by a steady 4k. But we've already mentioned the gold difference in that Baron lane as well. So Random on the Camille, pretty much 2.7k gold difference in the lane alone, which is just crazy. 7 minutes in.
Now we've still got a lot of time ahead of us for this game, but so far so good for Kittens. They'll be happy with this lead so far, especially up in that Baron lane. Baby Hope has to use that flash away, unfortunately, instead of trying to use that flash forward, and that is going to be a second tower over to Kittens. Don trying to go for a bit of an exchange in the bot side, but with the exhaust used, it does mean that Don's just going to use his ultimate to clear the wave as much as he can. Does land the shuriken, but he's never going to try and follow that. Meanwhile, there's actually a skirmish up in the top side. They're battling over the blue buff here.
They are fighting over that red buff. Red buff is a wanted target. They do manage to get it though, Kittens. And currently nobody's going down, but Zealous is definitely got his eyes on the targets. That was a nice parry there to dodge, but then we saw the nicely timed engage there from Clue. They try to get it the X-Tech ultimatum. We see that Akali still manages to get the Fiora, though. That was a nicely performed Hextech ultimatum there by Random, stopping Zealous from escaping. He needed to get out of there to re-engage at some point to get some health back, but that Hextech ultimatum just truly messed him up there.
Yeah, it's just a lockdown that brings to a fight. It's just so strong, and you can see Random already at 2 items in this game, and it's so hard to do anything against a Camille when you're so far behind. And you can see Don as well in the mid lane. Nice stasis time in there from Baby Hope, but it doesn't mean anything at all. But meanwhile, maybe Kai'Sa gets a kill in the spot sides. Yeah.
Oh, nicely done. So a 1-1 trade across the map. They lose a team member down in mid, but they definitely get a kill in the dual lane. But Wawa managed to get that hit onto the... canceling the recall of Kai'Sa there, and Clue is in, but he's not forcing the chase there. He's just letting the Kai'Sa be. I thought we were going to see a kill onto Heaven there, but no, they just gave up. The Ocean Drake is up, so rather than chasing, they're just all going to come back around to the Dragon Camp and look for a second dragon in the match. First dragon, sorry, I forgot that government took the
Yeah, government took the Infernal. It was just the trading objectives. Meanwhile, look at this, directed cam. Directed cam is so freaking annoying. Hello, I want to see the team fight.
Victim. We lost the kill. How can we play by play if we're just staring at something else? Yes, so we see the Rift Skull just charge, just all by himself.
Yeah, it's basically what we're gonna get to in this state.
It's the David Attenborough of cams.
Oh god.
Oh, there we go. Mid lane, nice knock up there. Oh, Yapo going down to Wawa. Oh, the Camille as well getting a kill onto the Annie. Random is in for blood. Tibbers ain't stopping Random no time soon.
Now, unfortunately, this Annie pick has not really worked this time around. I did do fairly well to get a few picks yesterday, but when this pick is behind, you can see how difficult it can be.
Yeah.
The champion's okay. The champion's like not bad now since the rework to Tibbers, but not great at all at the same time. There's still a lot better mid laners to play right now.
Does anybody else have that in their head when anybody says Tibbers, they can only hear it in Annie's voice?
Tibbers!
Literally, I can't, like, even though you're saying it in your manly tone, it just comes through and translates into my brain as a slug, and it's just like, yeah, it's Annie, just always saying Tibbers the way she says it.
Tibbers!
Animal. But no, Kitten's in a very, very same place right now with 10 kills to 4. Currently ahead with pretty much 8k gold difference now and 3 turrets. So government actually not having any skin in the tournament game right now. Stu doesn't have a manly toad. Oh, pulled out by Tappy. Happy the griefer.
I'm getting griefed by my own mods.
Alright, so we see that the Baron laners are swapped down to the bot lane. Pawn trying his best to keep alive there, but nice CC from the Camille there. But we're seeing the Kai'Sa rotate around with not quite getting it. Not quite feeling confident enough to go 1v1 with Random there.
Yeah, the Yoni's just too far behind. Look at that 4,000 gold difference right now. It's very difficult to try and get back here. Oh, bit of a flash engage here though, but the counter engage here from the Galio. Oh, Don trying his best, but here comes Tibbers.
We're going straight to the back for Zealous, but Zealous getting quiet.
Yeah,
off of Clue there. Oh.
Nice, mid lane tower gets taken. We lose the fight again.
So that's another turret for Kittens there. So bringing it to 4-0. The mid lane is pretty much the inhibitor. And still not a single scratch on Kitten's turrets. as if they've not even been in proximity of these turrets. It's just like, yeah, we're not going to let them anywhere near it. Like last match, we saw that WLG was just controlling their enemy jungle, and then we just got kittens like, yo, you are not touching our turrets. They are our precious babies.
Even though there's been no towers on the side of government and there is a 10,000 goal lead, I don't see Kittens playing too aggressive compared to like WLG. WLG realized that they were so far ahead in the previous game and they were just running away with it. Kittens here though playing a bit more defensive, a bit more set back here, a bit more defensive, so not really taking too many risks. Whereas like if this was WLG, they'll be just taking risks left, right, and center, and they'll just be, you know, tower diving, doing some crazy shenanigans. But for now, it's just for now they're just playing safe and all.
Ooh, bit of an uneven one there. 3v1 onto Don.
Yeah, actually, Kittens are getting picked off here a little bit. A few little kills here and there. Maybe the Kaiser. Yeah, Kaiser does 0 damage.
Government taking the Forever Esports tactic here. They've laid a scratch onto that turret. Gov has answered my prayers. But unfortunately for Kittens, they are going to lose this Baron lane turret. But is it going to be enough to turn the tides? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. They need to do a lot more other than just take the one turret. They definitely need to sort of put some more presence in these lanes. But we see Vex is going for the Mountain Drake. That will then be the second dragon for Kittens this match.
Yeah, you can see there's multiple members. Oh, actually, maybe a solo kill. Okay.
Heaven. Heaven is a place on earth. And he gets a kill onto Camille. It's been a long time coming seeing that kill come, but it's definitely came. And I'm all here for it. Well played to Heaven there. Heaven actually is still 3-0. He's on a no death run.
He's doing really well. On exchanging mid lane as well.
Yep, massive onto Clue. Status there from the Annie. Annie is going to get caught out by Don possibly here. Yes, there we go. But it is a it's a 1-0 trade so far for Kittens. So there we go. They're still diving under the turret. YA4 with the status. Delaying the inevitable there. Knockup is not going to do much, especially when Don's there.
Oh, just skirmishes and fights happening all over the place. Kittens are just going to go for this Baron.
Literally. Got skits with the different plays here, there, and everywhere. They've gone for the Baron. They've taken Baron. There's nothing that government could have done at that point, especially without the likes of the Galio and the Annie, sorry. But yeah, Baron Nashor is just going to, I think it's going to force these lanes into early submission, I think. But it's going to be harder for government to try and do anything to come back here. If they still manage to keep getting these 1v1 trades, like we saw with the Camille and Kaiser there, I believe that it's just going to sort of like shorten the gold lead, but it's not going to go into their favor, I don't think.
No, with this Baron buff now on the side of Kittens, Kittens is one of the best teams that are able to use Baron buff so well. Saying that though, they're getting a bit of exchange here.
Tibbers in as well. Oh, Fiora goes down. That was, it was a nice thought. I thought we could have seen the Don go down, but we do see Kaiser getting the kill onto Camille there. Kali is shrouded only for a little bit now, but does actually manage to get out alive. But Vex coming around to give support to Don there to keep him out of these team fights, to get him out there surviving. YA4, Pawn, and Baby Hope all here. Vex going in with Clue. Wawa not too far behind, shredding the damage of YA4. YA4 does get taken down by Ribbon as well. Down goes another turret for Kittens.
It's a bit messy from Kittens. Definitely not a clean game from Kittens by any stretch of the imagination. Elder Drake is up now though. It's 2 dragons to 1, so not going to do anything too crazy. But with the mid laner and the support down here for the side of government, it's going to be very hard for them to try and contest this Elder Dragon.
Yeah. by any miracle they managed to get the Elder Dragon, it could be what they need to come back here. But I don't think they are. They are pretty much Clue's going to deny them any entry into the Elder Dragon camp. Zealous having to go back over the wall as well. There's pretty much no time for them to get in there to try and take it. Vex gets it. Yone a little bit too slow there. Pawn with his shadow form, not quite getting under the turret, under the Elder Dragon. Sorry, double kill for Wawa. Can we see a triple kill there? Oh, nicely done. Vex takes out the Galio. Down goes the Annie as well, and then it is a triple kill for Wawa. He does manage to get it, but it wasn't when we thought it was, and that is a team wipe for Kittens here. Minion wave down in the bot lane. Could this be the end of the first match of the series?
Yeah, looks like it's going to be the end. There's no backdoor protection anymore. No more shielding on this Nexus because we are past that 16-minute mark. GG's to Kittens for game number 1. It was an okay start, to be fair, for Kittens. They got a bit of a lead, but I just have that little feeling behind me that was just like, it wasn't as clean. It wasn't as smooth as a Kittens game as what I thought, because normally when they get a lead, it's very nice. You know, the Kittens normally find it very easy to be able to use a lead and extend that lead and just finish out the game very cleanly. There was moments during that game that some of the players were getting caught off there by government. So even though Kittens were able to get the win, and it is a pretty dominant win overall, there were some mistakes, a few hiccups here and there that I think they're going to have to improve on.
Yeah, I think credit's due. Credit where credit is due. Sorry, especially for the side of government. I feel like that's the reason why we didn't see as a clean, as smooth game as Kittens should be, especially as you said, when they do have the lead. But again, it's government. They are a great team. They're definitely a team that shouldn't be underestimated as well, especially towards the beginning of the match. We saw that Heaven wasn't really doing much damage with Kaiser. Obviously, it takes a while for Kaiser to start with her damage. But then we started to see him get that 3-0 at one point. He was definitely comfortable taking that Camille 1v1 as well. So I feel like if there's a little bit of adjustment in the draft, I think this second match in the series could be a little bit more interesting. Or we could see it go completely the other way and Kittens smoothing out iron out all the kinks